Hey there, YouTube people. Here are the major updates for the January build. Demo intro. We got a snazzier intro for the startup of the build, which features a very nifty character select screen. Next up, the file viewer. I threw together a new widget for viewing files. Now, these aren't for files like your office inventory, but actually for in-game, multi-page narrative elements. Want to read a book on that bookshelf? Received a letter in the mail? Well, this is the widget that will do that. By using child classes, this widget can be customized for whatever the need. Support for multiple pages, with or without pictures, background images, and even the ability to only allow termination if you reach the final page of a file. It's actually what we've used to create the intro screen at the start of the demo, so it can also be used to fulfill design or tutorial needs as well. Active timing commands. Oh lordy. Building out the active timing commands, which I've begun to refer to as ATCs, was easily the meatiest of the projects for this month. But it turned out quite well. Some background info on ATCs. For quite a while I wanted to implement interactive elements to combat-related actions, similar to The Legend of Dragoon or Final Fantasy VIII's Renzo Kuken. And so I built a widget which does that for Vance and Maya's basic attacks. For Vance, it's a little more robust, as his basic attack ATC shuffles in techniques for him to execute. There is quite a bit of communication between the character class and the widget, but it's working like a charm. While it was challenging, it was definitely a good learning experience, and I have a pretty good idea on how I'm going to build out ATCs for Vance and Maya's future skills. Adverse status. Confused. The first real adverse status effect has been implemented. And of course, it just worked out that I needed to start with the most complex one. In any case, the systems to cause adverse status effects have been in place waiting to get populated for a while now. So it was a matter of plugging in the visual effects of the state and determining the actual functions of it, which in this case is pretty standard RPG stuff, spinning in place and executing random attacks. Currently, this is only in effect against enemy classes, since Vance's gotcha skill is the only action that can currently afflict this state. New animations. Vance's fight sequence has been replanned and restructured to better work with his new combat system. As you have seen, the first 3 animations of his new combo are implemented, plus his first shuffle skill. I also cobbled together a new run cycle for Maya. The old one was always planned to be temporary, and while this one is a little rough, it's much more in line with her character. Battle mode movement. Ever figure out how to improve a system when you're supposed to be working on something else? Well, that's what happened here. Previously, battle mode movement was done by interpolating between 2 vector locations via a timeline, and while it was technically working, it was definitely something that would be problematic, because not only was it not counting for the actual geometry of the battle arena, but we also need to execute a command upon reaching the destination. I got around this by using a proximity check driven by a looping function, which isn't what I would call elegant. But now all battle mode character movements are done via AI controllers, which bind an event on movement completed, which is then immediately unbound upon execution, which I feel is a much better long-term solution, and has been implemented across all the BM characters in this month's build. Sorry, Ale. Looks like you're gonna have to wait until next month. What to look forward to for February's build? Well, we got a heap of things slated to be added. Levels, enemies, another playable character, fuller battle mode / exploration mode mechanics. It seems most of the major locations and systems are going to be reintegrated, so it's going to be pretty major as far as updates go, and it should offer a pretty accurate vertical slice of Grand Vault. I want to say thanks again to all the new patrons who opted in this month. Patreon is my primary source of income as far as my work on Grand Vault goes, so it goes without saying it means heaps to see people valuing what I do. Lastly, if you want to get your hands on the monthly builds I publish, leave your feedback on your experience with the build, and help support Grand Vault's development, head over to my Patreon page. The link is in the description. And with that, I gotta get back to actual development work, so I'm gonna wrap up this video here. See you guys in the next one.